So about the runner's knee. Runner's knee nothing but the irritation of the cartilage underneath the kneecap that makes up about the 40% of all running injuries. You can prevent these by strengthening your hip, glutes, quadricep muscle as well as the shortening of your stride. Many times the people has a knee injury or the knee pain complaint while running, cycling or performing an aerobic activity because it improves the jumping activity and the long duration activity. So if your knee muscles are weak, it is going to put a strain on the knee bones as well as the cartilage covering the bone. It can cause the irritation underneath the cartilage and cause the runner's knee syndrome. Pull or the storm pull or the torn hamstring sometimes can be called as a hamstring strain. This can be prevented by strengthening all muscle in your leg, especially your hamstring. Hamstring issues are usually caused by the weak overly tight or the imbalanced leg muscles. Sometimes the overstretching as well can cause the torn hamstring or the hamstring strain. So we can prevent by proper strengthening and the proper mechanics in performing all kinds of activity. ACL and the PCL injuries. Everybody had heard about the ACL and the PCL injuries in the knee. So in knee, it is the two ligament that is uh, anterior cruciate ligament and the posterior cruciate ligament. So anterior cruciate ligament runs from anterior to posterior side, posterior cruciate ligament runs from posterior to anterior side. Any kind of twisting injury, direct blow to the knee from anterior side or the posterior side can cause the instability of the knee joint, and because of the over instability of the knee joint, it can cause the tear of the ACL and the PCL. The common complaints of ACL and the PCL injury given by the athletes or the injured person is that they can start feeling a giving way. That is, the knee is not properly locking, and while walking and performing the other kinds of activity, the knee just slipped away. So we can prevent this ACL and PCL injuries by proper strengthening and um, prevent direct getting blow to the knee area. Next one is the ankle sprain. So each and every sports person, at least in a lifetime, one has faced about the ankle sprain. So ankle sprain is different from the strain. You should understand the difference between sprain and the strain. Sprain more specifically occurs to the ligament, and strain more specifically occurs to the particular group of muscle or the particular muscle. So this is the accidental stretching or the tearing of the ligament surrounding the ankle joint. It often happens when the foot twists or the rolls inwards or the improper outwards. Sprain typically gets better with the rest, ice compression, and elevating the foot. Sometimes it can need the surgical correction when the grade 3 injury has been involved. You can see in the diagram that there is a normal ankle joint, grade 1 ankle ligament injury, grade 2 ankle ligament injury, grade 3. Grade 1 is nothing but the inflammation, grade 2 is a partial tear, grade 3 is a complete tear. When there is a complete tear of the ligament, it requires a surgical correction, but in grade 1 and grade 2, we can manage by conservative management. Blisters. Because of the tight wearing of the particular sports shoes or improper wearing of the socks can cause the blister formation, or sometimes because of the dehydration also it can cause the blister is nothing but the fluid filled sac on the surface of the skin, what we call as the chatka lagya. They are caused by the friction between the shoes and the socks between the skin. So it can cause the skin irritation. We can prevent it. So prevention of blister in aerobic activity is a major and the different topics. There are the different preventive techniques and there are the different management techniques for the blister that can be done for the ultra triathlons. If you have to run for the 42 kilometers of marathon, that is the major concern. If you have run for more than 42 kilometers, or you can have to go for the ultra running activity, that is a major concern. So that is a whole different topic. We are not going to discuss in detail here, but you should understand that blister is one of the cause can hamper your performance as well. Groin pull or the groin strain. As name suggests, strain, it is related to the muscle. Result from putting too much stress on the muscle in your groin and the thigh. Sometimes groin strain can occur also. So groin strain and groin stress can occur. So groin strain is nothing related to the muscle, and groin sprain related to the ligament into the groin. So these muscles are tense too forcefully or too suddenly, they can get overstretched. That is most specifically occur because of the overstretching of the particular muscle or the particular ligament. If it is related to the muscle, we are going to call it the groin strain. If it is related to the ligament, we are going to call it the groin strain. Groin strain is muscle Please understand that difference between groin strain is a muscle, sprain is a ligament. So groin sprain related to the ligaments in the groin area, strain related to the muscle in the groin area. Fractures. It occurs when force that is stronger than the bone itself is applied to the bone. Everybody has heard about the fracture. So fracture can occur from fall, trauma, direct blow to the bone, repetitive force caused by the running can cause a fracture as well. Sometimes we can face the injury that is called as the dislocation. We saw in the shoulder diagram or the shoulder slide that because of the instability. So whenever we face the instability of the joint, it can lead to dislocation. And injury where the joint is forced out of the normal position can occur from fall or trauma. It's nothing but the traumatic. So fracture and dislocation are more over traumatic rather than the overuse. You can see in the diagram, in the first diagram, that is the X-ray of the tibia fracture. In the second diagram, that is the dislocation of the hip joint. Dehydration, that is the most common concern when we are going to involve into long duration activity. As aerobic is a long duration and the low intensity exercise, dehydration is a major concern. Occurs when you lose or use more fluid than you take in. Your body doesn't have enough water and other fluid to carry out its normal function. If you don't replace lost fluid, you will get dehydrated and unfortunately you may faint. So what are the symptoms of dehydration? Dry mouth, thirst, fatigue, dizziness, dark urine and headache. While performing an activity, dry mouth, thirst and fatigue and dizziness, these four common symptoms are major concern. If you face any of the symptom, you should immediately rush for the fluid replacement. Muscle cramps. Everybody has faced muscle cramp while performing an activity, that is sudden catch of the muscle you can feel. So sudden catch of the muscle, the common sites are calf muscle, hamstring muscle, quadricep muscle, back muscles, and the upper back muscle. Is a temporary but intense and painful involuntary contraction of the skeletal muscle that can occur in many different situations. The causes and the cures of the cramp that occur during or soon after the exercise remain uncertain, but there is one evidence. In one research, it said that some cases may be associated with disturbance of water and the salt balance, what we call as a mineral. If there is a loss of sufficient water and if there is a loss of sufficient minerals, it can place the muscle in a fatigue manner, and the fatigue muscle can perform or can respond to involuntary painful contraction of the muscle that we call as a muscle cramping. Cardiac arrest. Many aerobic exercises, endurance runner, and the cyclic activity has many times faced. That is, according to the research activity, at least 15% of the population in a year has to face the cardiac arrest because of the aerobic activities. Now, what is the reason? If the runner aerobic exercises breaches his or her capacity and shoots beyond the heart rate target, then your heart gets stressed out. Because of the stressing, the heartbeat will go on increasing and the individual can succumb to a sudden cardiac arrest. Overstraining and the overactivity can lead to cardiac arrest as well as in these cases. So most importantly, you should follow the ACSM formula according to the percentage of VO2 max, according to the target heart rate and the maximum heart rate. Only you can perform the particular aerobic activity. If you are going to cross your capacity, it is going to hamper your performance, it is going to hamper your body, it is going to hamper your medical condition. So it is important for every individual to know their exact target heart rate, 220 minus age. So you can exceed in aerobic activity with training to max 80 to 85% of target heart rate, not beyond that. If you are going to push beyond 85% of target heart rate, you are going to place yourself in a medically ill conditions. Abdominal pain. Many of the aerobic exercises has a complaint of abdominal pain after the running or during the running activities. So you need to focus particularly why the particular person or the particular aerobic endurance athlete is having the abdominal pain. The most frequent mentioned causes are the mechanical trauma with injury of intestinal mucosa, that is the inner lining of the mucosa, hypertrophy of the Shaw's muscle with the compression of gastrointestinal tract, bloating, hollow visceral spasm, abdominal wall cramps, intrapelvic muscular strain, sickle slap syndrome, ulceration of gastric and the duodenal mucosa caused by the ingestion of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug that has to be administered by the sports person if they face any other pain or any other musculoskeletal injuries. Motility disturbances resulting from the diet rich in carbohydrate and the fiber, extreme mobility of the kidneys, irritation of the parietal peritoneum, and there are the lots of causes which can cause the abdominal pain. You should seek help in abdominal pain from the proper medical professionals only. You should not rush to any insufficient knowledge person for the abdominal pain. You should know the cause of abdominal pain. Abdominal pain is a severe concern. Do not ill-treat it. Syncope, nothing but the loss of consciousness or the fainting, is the best defined as the sudden or the temporary loss of consciousness. Exercise-related symptom occurs either during or immediately after the period of exercise. Many reasons to discuss, that is the low blood pressure, loss of fluid, loss of multimineral, loss of multivitamins can cause the fatigue, and because of the fatigue, the particular brain doesn't respond to the consciousness, which can eventually lead to loss of consciousness. That's what we call as a syncope. Participant at the risk of injury. How many? There are the four main groups of aerobic participants who are at a particular risk of injury. First one is a novice, nothing but the newcomers in the aerobic activities who are unfamiliar with the typically or the physical demands and may be poorly prepared. So those who are over the 40 of age are the higher risk. Participant who has suffered the previous sporting injury, whether related to the aerobics or not. So any previous injury can cause re-injury. Those returning to the aerobics after the break more than 4 weeks, whether injured or not injured, if you are joining after the 4 weeks, you are going to place yourself at a risk of injury. High level of participants and the instructor. If you are going to perform at a high level, that is ultra running activity, ultra cycling activity, ultra triathlon activity, so you have to push yourself a lot more. So during the pushing, you can enjoy yourself. So these are the four category of group which are placed at a high participant at the risk of injury. What are the basic advices? All aerobic sessions should begin with a gentle warm-up, stretching, and should follow the proper cool-down period as well. In novice classes or in new classes where a new technique is involved, a second instructor should be available to move among the participant and correct any fault. So second instructor should move among the participant to see whether they are performing in a proper biomechanical pattern or not. If they are not performing proper biomechanical pattern, you should correct it. Participant with the injury that may be related to poor technique should be set out for the proper technique about how to improve or correct their techniques. Whatever the fourth one is, whatever the past medical problem or injury, fitness should be obtained from the proper medical professional that you are fit to join the particular aerobic classes or the aerobic activity. If they are not going to provide a medical certificate, you are unfit, you should not join the any of the aerobic activities. Safety tips for the aerobics. Participant, instructors, and the center managers adopting appropriate safety practices can prevent the many injuries in the aerobics. So preparation for aerobics includes, or what are the safety tips for the aerobic include? Participant who wants to be in the aerobics or those who are age over the 40 years should consult their doctor for the heart and lung assessment. What we physiotherapists do is, what we physiotherapists perform the physical fitness assessment. So after performing a physical fitness assessment, we should give the firm conclusion that the particular athlete is fit to join the particular activity, what kind of weaknesses he's having, what kind of strengths he's having. So we should focus on weakness to strengthen that. We should focus on strengthen to maintain that. That we call as a physical fitness assessment should be performed before joining of the any sports activity, not only aerobic but any sports activity. Participants who have suffered an injury in the past should have a musculoskeletal assessment performed by the sport physiotherapist professional before commencing the aerobic. So after an injury, you should perform the proper musculoskeletal assessment that the particular injury is healed or not. Because of the particular past injury, he can face the future problem or not, or he can accomplish the future um, fitness goals or not. Always maintain the adequate hydration before, during, and after session. Have sports drink with the proper nutrients, vitamins, and the minerals. So if you are going to follow the proper water intake, you are going to prevent yourself from the dehydration. Ultimately, you are going to prevent yourself from the falling or the syncope. Proper footwear, especially designed for the aerobic, is recommended. Any of the regular sports wear cannot be recommended. You should remember that running shoes are different, cycling shoes are different, aerobic shoes are different, sports specific uh, activities for them, their footwears are different. So good fit, stability, secured lacing, good forefoot cushionings are important features of an aerobic shoes that should be followed. Participant should choose the clothing that fits well and has a good moisture transfer properties. Okay, so it should not get too much sweaty, it should not get too much moist, so it can feel the heavy on your body surfaces. Sports bras are recommended to improve the comfort in female. Individual fit is very important. Classes should be having the initial short period of time to allow the participant to go for the proper warm up adequately. Even after the classes, the short duration should be followed for the cool down as well. So proper warm up and proper cool down can prevent the around 60 to 70% of the sports injury. Do not cross target heart rate and the maximum heart rate without proper consultation. If you want to push yourself, the proper fitness guidance should be taken from the medical professionals. Don't skip a sleep or shorten duration of sleep. Sleep is very important. If you are not going to follow the complete rest, your mind and body is not prepared for the other sporting activity, whatever the kind of activity, whether it is anaerobic and anaerobic. Proper sleep is required to replenish your brain, to replenish your physical needs. Temperature in the aerobic area should be maintained at a moderate level with a good ventilation. So proper ventilation and maintained temperature should be there, so we can avoid overheating and the overcooling. The floor on which we are going to perform the aerobic activity should have a soft cushioning surface. I'm not talking about completely soft, but it should be the firm. It should not be too hard, it should not be too soft. all imp- all implements and the equipment used in classes should be maintained in good condition. Whatever the equipment you are going to use for the aerobic activity, they should be maintained, they should be repaired, they should have their proper well to well maintenance activity in a year. Cool fresh water is required to replenish your water intake, to replenish your hygiene. When injury occurs, always seek the help from medical professional. Do not rush to any other person who has created the injury, but rush to the proper medical professional so they can guide you in proper scientific manner and you can recover in a scientific manner. Instructor should emphasize the importance of good technique. In many of the previously we have seen the many of the medical condition, the exact reason to occur the injury is improper technique. So the instructor's main duty is from start to end, from warm up, from session and during the cool down. They should focus the proper warm up technique in a proper warm up technique. They should focus to the proper session technique. They should focus on the proper cool down technique. Technique should not go anywhere in the wrong that can cause injury. So instructor had to focus a good technique. Response promptly to the aerobic injury. If you or someone else injured, seek the prompt attention from the qualified first aid personnel. First aid facility should be available at all fitness center. Get prompt attention for all traumatic injury. Do not uh, miss the traumatic injury. Have injury that do not respond quickly to the first aid measure assessed by the sports medicine professional, preferably a doctor, to ensure the accurate diagnosis and treatment. So the proper assessment after the injury is very important for the proper diagnosis and treatment. If your diagnosis go anywhere wrong, you can going to mistreat the particular condition. Don't wait until the pain is severe. The saying is gone. Uh, uh, what the saying was given in the menu of the gym, that uh, what was the saying? You do not gain until you pain. That saying is wrong. Don't wait until the pain is severe. Whatever the minor amount of pain or the major amount of pain, when you face any of the pain because of the overuse injury, because of the any of the trauma, you should seek attention from the medical professional. Okay, they often cause only the mild discomfort at first, but frequently get worse. And when it gets worse, it requires a major amount of time to recover back to the normal. So, whatever the amount of pain, do not uh, neglect. You should first respond to that particular pain and seek the help from medical professionals. Now, what are the first aid kit supplies you should follow? The general supplies include first aid manual or the emergency, that is the CPR flashcard, safety pins, paramedic or the EMT shears, that is nothing but the scissors, sharp pointed surgical scissors, bandage scissors, splinter forceps, standard oral thermometer, digital mercury or alcohol. What are the thermometer we can follow? A waterproof flashlight, CPR mouth barrier or the pocket mask, sterile, hypoallergic or latex can be used, or the surgical gloves can be used, instant chemical cold pack, that is the Ziploc bags can be used, rescue blankets can be used. So this is the complete first aid kit that everyone has to keep at their particular fitness centers. Wound care preparation dressing, because of the fall on the roadside or in even in your fitness center, a particular person has developed the wound. So what are the wound care preparation dressing they have to follow? Band-aid and the coverlet, adhesive strips for the wound closure, sterile gauze pads, smaller size, larger size, non-stick sterile bandage, rolled waterproof adhesive tapes, uh, Povid, uh, Povidone iodine 10% solution, antiseptic tablets, sterile cotton swabs, Dettol, Savlon, hydrogen peroxide, liquid soap. So these are the wound care preparation. Along with the wound care preparation, if possible, you can place. You should have the splinting and the sling material. So proper splint for the knee, the sling for the shoulder, and the other body parts should be maintained. Eye medication and the dressing if there is injury to the eye. Topical skin preparation should be prepared. So non-prescribed medications and the prescribed medication by the proper medical professional under from their guidance only you should put. So non-prescribed medication and prescribed medication. Non-prescribed medication, ibuprofen 200 milligram of tablet, acetaminophen, antacids, decongestants, and the glucose. So these are the non-prescribed medication. Prescribed medication are nothing but a schedule H drug. That should be done with the proper medical practitioner consultation only and with their prescription only. After first aid, whether the injury is critical or not, always refer to the doctor for their rehab. So prehab, rehab, and post rehab should be done properly. The primary goal of sports injury first aid is to stop the activity and prevent the further injury or the damage. Most sports injury that require the immediate treatment are called as the acute injury. Acute injuries are different, chronic injuries are different. In sports specific injury, our main focus for primary is acute injury. If acute injury is treated, then our main focus will be towards under the chronic injury. Pain, swelling, cuts and abrasion, fractures, sprains, strains, and the concussion. These are the symptoms of acute injury that we have to see. Acute injury management. Everybody has heard about the price, right? So what exactly the price, rise, and the police protocol? There is something called as mid protocol and the police protocol. First, everyone knows about the price. P stands for protection, R stands for rise, rest, I stands for ice, C stands for compression, E stands for elevation. Protection of the part, rest for the particular body part to heal, ice to reduce the swelling, compression to reduce elastic in the form of elastic bandage for the proper stability and reduce the inflammation, and elevation, gravity assisted reduction of the swelling. So this is the price protocol. Now what exactly rise? If you remove the P, that is the protection, that is the rise. What exactly the police? You can see that P stands for protection, O stands for optimal loading, O stands for optimal loading, I stands for ice, C stands for compression, E stands for elevation. So this about the particular police protocol. What is mid protocol? Movement, exercise, analgesic, and treatment. So these are the particular protocol. According to the injury, we have to select the protocol. So what protocol we have to select in a first aid injury? What exactly we are going to manage the acute injury with the help of first aid? That completely a different part. We are not going to discuss, but we are just going to discuss about the smaller part about the first aid. So what after the first aid, or what is after the price? Can we avoid the injury by prevention? Yes. So prevention of injury, that is a whole another topic we are going to discuss in the next series of lecture. So we have to follow the what exactly the what we concluded that what exactly the aerobic activity, what the types of aerobic activity, what are the injuries we can see in aerobic activity, how we are going to respond with the help of first aid in a shortened manner. We are not discuss about the first aid in an elaborated manner, just in shortened manner. So after the first aid, we have something called a prevention of injury, and after the prevention of injury, we have something called as the physical fitness in a particular sports. So that is about the series of lecture, and this is about the complete uh, medical care and cure in the aerobic activities. If you have any questions, you can ask. My name Dr. Vaibhav Mahajan. My mobile number and WhatsApp number 4 times X 625 You can mail me your queries and questions at vaibhavku@gmail.com. Feel free to ask any of the queries and the questions. I will be happy to answer. So thank you. That concludes my session.